Hello Linux lovers, my name's Wimpy, welcome to my world, and hello to my daughter's friends who I've recently learned have subscribed to my YouTube channel, so hello to you too. If you're watching this on YouTube after the fact, what I'm about to get underway is working on Quickemu and running up some fixes and getting a new release out of the door. So that's what I'll be doing. This was originally recorded live on Twitch. If you'd like to join in interactively with everyone else, then head over to twitch.tv/Wimpy's World. Hello and good evening, all of you fine people. I have got some hideous latency in my earbuds, so I'm going to switch over to a different set. Whilst I do that, I'm going to welcome everyone back. So hello Yannick and hello Phil. Phil, your pull requests have not gone unnoticed. Thank you very much. You've clearly spent most of the day working on a bunch of pull requests for Quickemu, so thank you for that. Hello Popey, how are you doing? And Big Pod, welcome back. How are you? Good to see you here again. All things well? Happy Friday, everyone. Ready for the weekend? So yeah, now let's just get back to now. The other thing I should point out, stuff around here may not be working correctly tonight. I had to push the stream back half an hour to restore from backups. It was all on the floor. So I think it should be fine, but if it behaves strangely, okay, I probably need to check whether or not I caught everything in the backups or not. Hopefully it's fine. Hello Joey's Bites, welcome back. Hello, hello, welcome to you. How you doing? So, yes, it could all die in a fire this evening. There's a strong possibility. Mind you, this is good. The channel point redemptions are working. My lights were flashing. I saw the intros running correctly. So there's really only a few other things at this point that can't work. So if those things don't work, it won't be the worst outcome ever. Hello, Cludgeon. How you doing? Welcome back. Juggling Twitch and TikTok PMs. You do TikTok, do you? It could end up in an old O-balls moment, Yannick. It's not unlikely. So, Bill has got a whole bunch of PRs, which I'm going to get merged first. And then I'm going to take a look at this automatic downloading of the Windows ISOs and see if that can be fixed or repaired. And if that can't be fixed or repaired, then we'll put some kind of workaround in place for the time being. So, Ubuntu greater than NixOS? Is that what you're saying, Samir? Hey, Samir. Is this the Samir that followed me on LinkedIn yesterday or today? Is that who this is in chat? Hello, if it is. Hello anyway, if it isn't. Yes. Yes, the same. Hello, Samir. Welcome. So I believe you're working at Canonical on stuff these days, right? Okay. Oh, I see. So Cludgeon supports the younger creators on TikTok, I think. And sticks up for them when they're getting hate. Okay, good for you. On the rock. Oh, you're working on Rockcraft these days, are you? And I thought it was Chisel. Was I wrong about that? Okay. And Yannick says he needs to get back on LinkedIn. Careful with that. I got.
Thank you for the follow, Hi File.
Hey, Hi File. How you doing? Is it Hi File or Hip File? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, so Yannick, I got a message today, or was it yesterday, from what was my boss from like 20 years ago, just saying, hello, can we have a quick chat? And I'm thinking, don't panic, Martin, I don't work for them anymore, but I'm thinking, what on earth is this out of the blue business all about? So let's have yes, it is nice to have a vibrant community here. It's a lovely bunch of people that stop by here, and I enjoy chatting to you on the occasions that I drop in here to do a stream. So, what else is new? I don't know really. I think that this Quickemu thing it's either going to go one of two ways. It's going to go extremely well and will be done quickly, or this is going to be one of those frustrating, oh my gosh, what am I going to do to get out of this mess? So, Yannick, no, this is not the correct colour. As you can see, this is a Summer of Code t-shirt from 2014. So this is all, well, it was some years ago. It's a little bit washed out now, but this is just regular green. I can only wear this when I don't use the green screen, because obviously I just vanish and become a couple of disembodied limbs. Right, let's go and have a look at all of the good work that Phil has been doing. Okay, let's see if this is going to work. Yay, good things. Okay. Right then, let's go and head over here. And, hey, Hi-File. It is Hi-File. Okay, good. I'm learning a great deal from me. Are you really? I am shocked and stunned. But delighted to hear that. And all I'm doing for the Nix community, well, I am not doing a whole lot for the Nix community at the moment, but I'm certainly rolling my sleeves up and getting stuck in. In fact, next week there's a conference in London on Tuesday and Wednesday next week. It's the State of Open conference in London. It's the inaugural event of Open UK. In fact, I'll tell you what, instead of just talking about this, why don't we go and look at the website? So, State of Open Conference. Is this what it is? There we go. So this is the event, State of Open. It's Open UK's inaugural event, Tuesday and Wednesday next week. And the Nix Foundation have a table here. And my understanding is 3 members of the Nix Foundation are going to be at the table for that event. And they were asking for volunteers. So given that I'm a short train drive from London, I am going to be helping out at the Nix table at State of Open. So if anyone is going to this event next week, by all means stop by. You'll probably find me at the Nix table, if not just idly wandering around chatting to people. But do come up and say hello if you're going to be there. Yeah, so Cludgeon, I think you could be right about the ISO situation, but I think if that's where we end up having to say people go and download your own ISO, we can put some good signposts up there to help people do the right thing. So I don't think it will be terrible, it just won't be as good as it has been. But what we'll do is, what I intend to do is just run each of the API queries and see if the API we were using to determine where to download the ISO from is still working, and maybe it's changed in some way and we just need to adapt. But the last I heard, it was just 500 errors, which means the server was, you know, spitting out furballs. I don't know if that's because of how we were querying it or if it's just died. So we'll have to see how we get on. Oh, hey, yes, Yannick, that was probably timely. And so, yeah, so Yannick has put the thing up there. So I now work at Determinate Systems, and I'm working... well, my role in life now is to help make Nix easier for everyone. And that's what Determinate's mission is. So that's where I'm working, that's what I'm doing, and that's why I'm trying now to get entrenched in the Nix community and do as much good work as I can within Nix. I have a lot to learn though. There's obviously a lot I know that I can bring, but there's a lot I need to learn about Nix and its community and all of the amazing people that are in it. So, and Hi-File says that they did contribute to Quickemu. Let's see, it was your first one. I'm not sure if I did it correctly via Git. Oh, hang on, why didn't that pop up? Come on now. Don't fail me now. There we go. So I did contribute to Quickemu. Oh, it disappeared already. Oh, so thank you, one of the moderators who was ever refreshing that for me. Oh, Reborn OS you added. Okay. Well, I think we merged that, didn't we? Did we not merge that one the other day? I think so. We'll check in just a moment. So anyway, State of Open, rather. in the UK, London in fact, next week. If you're going, please do come and say hello. Love to meet you. Right then, so let's just jump in here. Let's go and see if we did merge Hi-File stuff. It rings a bell. Yeah, here it is. It's merged. I approved it, I think. There we go. There you go. You're famous. You're on the internet now. You're famous. That's my daughter and her friends have got this measure of fame, which is a pretty low bar, because by their standards, I am famous because I'm on the internet, and you are famous as well now, Hi-File. So congratulations, well done. Right then. Yep, there we go. Excellent. Well done, Hi-File. Thank you for contributing. Right then, so I'm going to go to the bottom of here because these two I'm not going to merge at the moment. This is, I think, going stale, and this I don't fully understand and haven't had the time to properly evaluate. But all of this stuff we can see here, Phil, who has been doing a whole bunch of work for us, for a number of projects, has clearly seen that I was intending to put out a new release and is getting all of the clean up in. So Phil, thank you for making my life so much easier. I realise, so I was talking to Takov, and I realised one of the things I need to do is make a team for bug triages, so that those of you that are helping out with this stuff are able to actually close and manipulate the issues, as well as, you know, file the pull requests and what have you. I should have time to do that this weekend. Right then, so Phil says this closes 624. Regenerate the docs. Okay, so let's have a look. What bug is this closing? Phil looks after all the documentation as well, so I'm sure this is just fine. Yes, I remember reading this one. Okay, right then. So, whole bunch of changes for the documentation, and because Phil is documentation king, I'm just going to approve this one and get it merged. Not all heroes wear capes. Yes, indeed. It's true. Right then, so I think the number of changes here, is it 2 commits? I'm going to keep that as it is. I'm not going to squish it. There we go. Let's take that as it is. Thanks, Phil. So let's go back here. And whilst it's on my mind, Yannick, I haven't had the opportunity to look at the API token stuff that you were working on. I'm going to look at that tomorrow, but I have contacted the cruise control team and explained what we've been working on, and give them a little sample of what we've been working on to see if they're interested in having it contributed to the project. So I'll let you know how I get on with that, and if that's either a project we maintain for ourselves or if we try and get it into the upstream. Okay, so the beta's over basically. That's nice. We'll just simply approve that one and get that merged. I've been having far too much fun messing around with cruise control. It's one of those things where it's like, if I had nothing else to do, I could spend like 2 whole weeks just tinkering around with that and OBS and making all kinds of crazy nonsense. Okay, so these are 2 outgoing old versions and an incoming new version. Okay. So we'll just take that. Thank you, Phil. Rebase and merge that one. Yeah, I am all in favour of upstreaming things as well, and it may mean that we have to take on some responsibility maintaining things upstream. But yeah, I hope they accept it. I think it's a valuable bit of work we've done. And if anyone's listening to these words coming out of my mouth and thinking, what the heck am I talking about? Cruise control is a bit of software that Yannick and I are using to automate and do all of this OBS, Twitch, channel point integration stuff, a whole bunch of other stuff too. The chatbot Bella that you can see here, and that animation that's running now is all run by Bella. Bella, my friendly bot, currently friendly at least. Yes, yeah. Bill explains they don't keep past releases. And Yannick and I have been working on a bunch of new features for it up for cruise control, which could live as a standalone project on the side, but would be nice if it was integrated into cruise control itself. Dragonfly, is this the BSD Dragonfly? Oh, I've clicked the wrong thing. I've reverted to old habits. Let's click back here. Right. Yeah, Dragonfly BSD. Okay. So, new release of that. Crikey, Phil, how long does it take you to track down all of this stuff? You must be like going through everything that Quickemu supports to find these things. MX Linux. Is this still #1 on distro watch? Does anyone happen to know off the top of their head? Maybe we should add a bot command for that, Yannick. Distro watch and a number, or distro watch random, or something like that. See, this is the sort of crazy stuff that goes around my head that I think if I had 2 weeks of doing nothing whatsoever. I did start working on a currency converter. I don't know why I thought that would be useful, but it just came into my head, and then I have to do something about it. I can't let the idea go at that point. Right, okay, and this should be the last one from Phil. Rocky, okay. Currency converter, yeah. I don't know if it's very useful for me, but I imagine there would be some channels where that would be useful. Right, 9 to 9.1. Oh, and this is the... What are we doing? Oh, because, okay, the URL is different for all the releases. Oh! Crikey, Yannick. Careful. I'm not sure if that works. It might do. I don't... Yeah, it doesn't actually accept amounts. It just tells you that there is one. It doesn't actually... I'm not even sure if that's hooked up to anything. There is a way to do it. There is a way to submit a donation via Streamer. In fact, it does work. If you go to that, don't do this, anyone. I'm not asking you to do this, but I believe if you go to that URL and you make a donation, it does come through as an alert. But nobody do that to prove me right or wrong. It's unnecessary. But I believe the integrations in cruise control exist for doing that. Hey, DeFips, how the heck are you? Haven't seen you for ages. Are you well? I saw you in Discord recently. I think you said you'd been on a bit of a hiatus. How's things? Right, so that is caught up on everything that Phil sent today. So let's head over to the mighty Gitkraken and bring all of that down. There we go. What have I got here? Something. Unstaged changes. Okay. I don't know why that is. Right then. Right, so Big Pod says, this sounds interesting. Big Pod says, today I taught my bot how to recognize me when the webcam is connected. Did you do that with cruise control or some other bot? And what did you use for the... Is it using facial recognition or is it using something else? How did you do it? That's what I want to know. Oh, right. Okay. So did you... So Big Pod goes on to say, it doesn't recognize humans. It just recognizes if it's Big Pod or not Big Pod. Okay. And you've written this yourself. Nice. That sounds cool. Where in fact, you're streaming on YouTube these days. Is that right, Big Pod? Feel free to put a link to your channel in chat there, Big Pod. I'm sure you'll be pleased to demonstrate your amazing facial recognizing bot in YouTube at some point. Right then, let's see. So we've got all of this merged up here locally. So I think what we'll do is come over here and we'll start by taking a look. Wow, these animations are coming around quite quickly. I might have to tweak that at some point. Okay. Okay, so let's look at Quickemu. So the reason I'm looking at Quickemu, this is the thing that will download and create the virtual machine configurations, is because we put a hard stop in this the other day because there is this issue with the API not working. So I want to try and find, where did I put the... Oh gosh, come on. Beyond all of this, I can't click through Windows a bazillion times in these unattended configs. Okay. Was it in here? Did we jam it in here? There it is. This is what we did. So, yeah, so this is the statement that catches the... This was put in because sometimes the API was returning URLs which were not URLs for the to download the ISO. So we will probably comment all of this out for the time being. Well, in fact, we won't comment this out for the time. What we're going to do is come up here where we start this journey and we will run this command by hand. I need to stop alt tabbing. I've actually got focus buttons up the top there I should start using. So let's run this and see what we get. Oh, hello, that's a working API request, if ever I saw one. Okay. Maybe this is going to work. Hello, Pyrus Masquerade. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. Oh wow, that's a good question. So Defips has got the question of the day. This is the critical question. We need to help someone who is clearly on a mission to play some computer games and have fun at the weekend. So if anyone knows the answer to this question right here, right now, it's no good answering on YouTube 2 days from now. Although you can do. Does anyone know a way to install The Sims 2 on Linux from DVD? I don't. I've never played the game, and from DVD, how very retro of you. Okay, so that's interesting that it got that far. I think what we'll do is we will... I've got this DBG Windows thing in here, and the purpose of this was so when it goes wrong, it should spit out a whole bunch of stuff here. So I'm just going to put an exit in here. In fact, no, I'm not. I'm going to put it in up here. I'm going to put it up here, and we're getting the download URL. So I just need to find this DBG Windows, which is my little debug statement for Windows. And I'm going to turn it on. And we're going to try and use this thing and see what happens if we try and download Windows. So let's go and... Oh, no. What we need is we need a directory called Bob. That is a good omen. I feel like calling this directory Bob is going to solve some problems for us. So we're going to go to development, Quickemu, quick get Windows 10. Huh. Some of this worked. So it's clearly falling over somewhere. Here we go, look. So this is it obviously failing. But up to here, we've got correct things happening all the way to here. And then at this point, look, we've even got an actual ISO name out of it there. Huh. So, what the heck is going on? And then something goes wrong. Clearly this is not good. All of this HTML shouldn't be there. So let's step through this. At what point did that actually start going wrong? Oh gosh. Where do we see the ISO coming back? Architecture, file name. It definitely worked to here, didn't it? Architecture, I think it got that far. I think it fails about here. So I'm just going to exit there and just see if everything that we got was sensible up to that point. That all looks good. Okay, so then we'll move on to this. If this is broken, this is a nightmare because getting this stuff to work properly is hideous. So let's stop it here now and just see what download info looks like. I've got a feeling this is going to be a bunch of HTML. Oh no. Oh, it is. Yes, it is. It is. So I wonder what download info was supposed to be originally. Huh. Let's look at the code and see if we can figure it out. So download SHA requires download info to come back. Download info uses Arch ID. Okay. So, let's have a look here. Sorry, I see there's some chat that may well be helpful, so I'm just going to take a little look at what people's been saying. Martin is doing Quickemu stuff, and I'm writing a horrible database. What horrible database are you working on there? Right then, of your own creation. Oh my goodness, why would you do that to yourself? Right, okay. The new commands. It's saying file not found. So Archie, is that, am I saying that right? Archie RP, where did you see file not found? I completely skipped over that. Let's go and have a look here. Where are we seeing file not found in all of this? In the HTML, is that what you're suggesting? Well, I'm glad to hear that, Eric. It's one of the reasons why I want to keep it alive. So I don't see file not found. I'm not sure what I'm looking for here. I like these clues, but bigger clues are welcome. Yes, file not found, available to download. Where are you seeing this? Why am I being so dim? Are you talking about up here, further up in the getting? So this is correct. This is the JSON that comes back from the first query, I think. And from that we get the current release. And then we get this. This is fine. So we pull the name out. The error shows the first few lines of the... Yeah, this is... Try it tomorrow. It says file not found off the downloader site. Where? Well, are you talking about here, or are you actually using the downloader site directly? I need a little bit more clue. When it starts failing in the log. What? I just don't... I can't see it for looking. Few lines down. Okay. You see here, is this it here? Oh, were they using magnet links? File upload. That file. Okay, is it somewhere in here? I feel like it's got to be somewhere in here. Oh gosh, that's very, very bright. Above. Gosh, this is like trying to guide a... Ah, there we go. Now we see it. File not available for download. Okay. Okay, let's try this. There is another thing that I have encountered with this before. Thank you for that guidance and thank you for your patience. I know you must have been yelling at the screen. Like, look up, look down. Look, it's right there. Okay, I've got an idea. So we do have a little fudge available here, and it's this. Ignore the most recent Windows 10 release. So if we make this 1, I think it'll offset the results by 1. Because sometimes they advertise a new version of the ISO, but it's not actually available. That didn't look much better, did it? Or did it? File is not available for download. But hopefully this was a... Yeah, you can see here, look. By changing that to 1, we picked a different image, which previously was available. So do you think maybe this API that we had been using has had a cease and desist and this is just not working anymore? Yeah, I realize this is not from Microsoft. This is from the API we were using that did all of that. Check the parent page. It says no longer maintained and the replacement is janky. So Phil, is there a replacement? So I think we've probably worked out enough that we need to put a little workaround in place, which is guide people to download the Windows ISO for the time being. So it's a shame. We'll leave all of this code in place, but what we'll do is we'll give it a dodge. So we'll just turn the debug off again. And when we get to here, I think what we'll do is where we say get Windows, I had an exit here as well. We'll get rid of that. So where we have get Windows, I think what I'm going to do is I changed these words and I'm going to revert that commit, and then we'll put an alternative function in which tells people how to download Windows manually. And we'll continue to do all of the automated stuff. Or maybe we'll call this and we'll just put a little bypass in. So that's maybe how we'll do it. Let's put a new local variable in here. Local, in fact, no, let's do the first thing. I'm going to revert that patch. So it's time for some git kraken. So where did we do this? It will have been... There we go. This was it. So if we look, there we go. That's where, instead of saying this is not leading to a Microsoft CDN, we caught the failure there. So I'm going to revert that patch, or revert the commit. Oh, failed. No such dash changes. There is... What? Oh, go away. Unstage. Stop bothering me, and discard changes. Discard unstage change. What? What's this? Who's Luca and why? Okay, if you really want it. There we go. Oh, no recurse submodules. Okay. Is this going to work then, or is this going to cause me problems? There we go. Right. Okay. Let's get back to... If I've broken something there, Phil, please do unbreak the breakage that I caused. Where was this? Acknowledge that Windows is not working. So now let's revert that commit. Okay, good. So let's push those two changes up, and then Phil can make sure that I haven't made a terrible bobbins of all of that. So let's head back to the code. So we'll add a new variable in here, and we'll call this API guided download equals 0. There we go. And then what we'll do is use the API to automatically download a Windows ISO. The API we're using is unmaintained and not currently functional. And then we'll put here 0 prompt for a manual ISO download, and then we'll add another one here. We don't need that. That will 1. Use the API for automated download. Okay, so we now got that, and then what we'll do is I'll just copy that because I'll probably forget. API guided download. That will have the 0 as well, just for funsies. Right then. What we'll do is, how much of this do we need to do? When we get after the download piece here, we're not going to do any of that, but then we're going to start with this bit. And we need to know the release, which I think is passed in. Actually, this is a curious thing. I think release is actually passed around as a global, which is always a bit scary. I never did get to refactor that. So we should just be able to drop if API guided download is equal to 1, then do all of these things. So we'll take all of that, tab it in. Oh gosh, none of that. You can't check the hashes, so do that, and then else we will manual download help here. In fact, we'll echo that so that it's a valid close. Right. So what we can do here is say to people, you need to do this thing. We can then, it will then proceed and do all of the, make the unattended ISO, spit out all of the config and what have you. And then what we'll probably need to do is, no, in fact we won't. We may need to change the configuration file that gets made. So let's just go and look at make VM config. So I'm thinking we could hard code in the config that gets created the anticipated Windows file name. So make VM config. There it is. And is there any special stuff in here for Windows? Yes, guest type image ISO. Okay, so if edition, if not equal to edition, os release.conf, does it write the disk image? It doesn't mention the ISO. That must be in here for Windows here, surely. I'm guessing there's a... Oh. Oh. I'm surprised there's not a bit in here for Windows that actually says what ISO image to write into the file. Is it? Okay, I'll come back to this because don't recall. I mean, this is fine. Image type ISO. Oh, well, we'll just run it in a bit and we'll see what it gives us. So let's go back to our downloader. Where is it? Get Windows. There we go. So if that, we don't need a direct return there. I'm just going to have a look at chat because I can see that people have been chatting and I would like to... let's have a look here. You had your mouse. That's right. Okay, yeah, that was me fiddling around, looking in the dark for what was right. We've got here media creation tool for 10 and 11 is a legit way to generate an ISO from Microsoft, but that media creation tool only runs on Windows, I assume. Is that right, Cludgeon? Or just download it. That's what I was going to do, Big Pod, is go and find the download pages for Windows 10 and 11 from Microsoft. I don't know what they call it. It's not like an evaluation copy as such, is it? It's a genuine copy that you have to, well, you don't even have to activate these days. Maybe you will start having to do that soon. Hello, Git Push. Welcome. Git Push, get paid. I like that. Very good. Nice username. Welcome to the stream. What's the PHP question mark all about? What are you asking there? I'm not sure I understand the question. Hi file. Is there a way to download? So there's a way to download Windows via the browser dev console. Hi file. If you can think of a way to either, well, create any kind of automated way to download, pull requests welcome. I'm not saying it has to be done now because we can obviously do another release of this in the future with the automation back in, but any solutions are welcome. But I think what I'm going to do now is do the best job we can to guide people through a manual download, and we'll fix it up just to get a release out the door. So where was it? Manual download help here. So I suppose the first thing we need to do is just go and say Windows 10 download page Microsoft. There we go. Software download. Is this the page? It looks like it could be. It's taking a good long while. It's stuck on Google Ads by the looks of it, or something. Oh yeah, I know what this is. This'll. There we go. That was probably not Google Ads. It was probably no, because it's a Microsoft property. So this looks like the right place, right? Windows 10 installation media. We'll just reject that. More download options. If I say download now. Oh, it's the media creation. That is not the URL that I want. Is it possible that when Microsoft have removed the actual downloads from the site and it's only available via the media creation tool now? Is that a possibility? Is that why it's not working? Additional methods of getting the ISO. I mean, it's possible, or maybe Windows 10 just isn't available that way anymore. Let's try Windows 11 download. Before you begin, installation assistant, installation, download an ISO image. Here we go. So this has still got multi-edition. So there is only one of these now. It's not got all of those different language options. Validating your request. Why would it? Oh, here we go. Now I can choose my language. Okay. Confirm. Oh, it's having a good hard think about it. And download. And there it is. Okay, so that's going to work. Okay. I tell you what, whilst we're here, how big is this? This is going to be huge, isn't it? I don't really want to download this. If this kills my stream, I will probably let me know if I'll just have a little look at the network metrics from Twitch, and if that drops off a cliff, we'll adjust things. If it all starts going wrong, somebody alert me. So Legend says Windows, hang on, let's go and get the message. So Windows Media Tool, yeah, not sure if there's a light way to run an XE without wine. No, there is not, as far as I'm aware. So maybe we'll just remove Windows 10 from that list of options and we'll just make it Windows 11 now, because I don't see Windows 10 being available for download via any other means. Oh, here we go. This could be it. Yeah, let us know. Let us know if it's falling over, and I'll. Twitch hasn't complained at me yet, but we could be it. Hello there. Oh, Ravinza. Am I getting that right? Welcome to the stream. Hello there. Thanks for stopping by. Right. Okay. Let's see if there is a. Oh, let's get on the right virtual screen. This is what we want. Okay, so there we go. That's the Windows 10 download page we want. Let's go and stick that in. And then let's go and get that one that we were using for Windows 11. That's the right page there. And there we go. That's an eye. Okay, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. How did you find us, by the way? How did you find this stream? We're a bunch of mostly Linux nerds hang out in here. So if you like a bit of Linux, you're among friends. Let's just go and grab a little case statement. There we go. Let's go and grab that. I wonder if this wrote. No, it didn't. This didn't write it. I'm just looking to webget. File name, check cache. That should have been indented as well. Right then, let's just put this in. Browsing through the categories and saw Linux. Excellent. I'm glad that worked. Welcome. Right then, so we'll do this release. We'll do 10 and 11 like so. We'll drop 8. We'll put this in here. We'll do Windows down ISO URL like so. I've got those back to front, haven't I? That's 11. Oh, hang on a minute. What have I done? Oh, yeah, that's fine. Get rid of that. So I've actually, this should be 11. Move that out. Make that one 10. And there's our one of those. Let's grab this. So you're probably wondering, if it says Linux in the title, why are we talking about Windows? And that's because we've got a little utility here that stands up virtual machines really quickly. It's a wrapper around QEMU, and it could automatically download Windows and create a VM, but it looks like the API we were using to get the Windows download ISO is dead. So we're now putting in some manual guidance for people to download Windows manually, but keep a bunch of automation that creates a decent optimized virtual machine configuration. Hello, Tommy. How are you doing? Good to see you. Okay, I'm glad to hear that, Pyrus. It's fine. Did it finish? Did that download finish? Let's go and take a look. Can I tell? I don't think so. I'm still pulling down quite a bit here. Oh no, it may have done. Okay. What the heck is 9 meg down doing?
Thank you for the follow, Keo1711.
Hello, Keo. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Right then, so we've now got 2 URLs, and we would have very good, Keo. That is the way to introduce yourself. Top marks. Well done. Right then, we'll take that and we'll say VM path file name, right? We'll do something like this. You'll download a Windows release ISO image from oh no, it's not URL, is it? We'll just put that there. It's going to be from this Windows ISO URL. Windows ISO URL. And in fact, whilst I think of it, let's just go and
Thank you for the follow, Iravinza.
Iravinza, there we go. It's handy having a bot that gives you the correct pronunciation sometimes. Welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow. Right then, let's do this. Make that a local and just leave it empty. There we go. So, what have we got here? Download Windows Release ISO from Windows ISO URL. Echo. Save the, put the ISO. Get the ISO image in VM and update the, gosh, let's think, is this going to tell us the config file? Oh, Tommy, that always, look, I don't know if you can see what's happened in here, but that really sets my lights off, and that always catches me by surprise every time. It shuts off all the lights and makes them go blue and flickery, and I don't know how well that comes through with what's on the screen, but that always catches me out. I always panic and think, oh my god, if we had a power cut. Did your display get corrupted? Not my display, no. It's a simulation that I've put into OBS. But I'm looking at the OBS preview window to do this coding so that you can see it. So I do see that interference on the screen in front of me. Very good. Your timing was impeccable. Who set that one off? Tommy. What the barnacles? Yeah, Cludgeon. It's we got all sorts of craziness here. Like I say, given enough time, I could have some fun with that. Hello, Cheese. How the heck are you doing? I've not seen you for ages. How's Tricks? And hey, Baron, welcome back. Right, the Chelsea cucumber didn't work. Oh gosh, well, hang on a minute. Tommy, I will try and run that by hand.
Thank you for the follow, Not Big.
There we go. Hey, Not Big, welcome. Hey, Not Big. Are you any relation to Big Pod, who we also have in here? Oh, there we go. Maybe it's just delayed. Maybe it was just delayed. Let's assume it's that. It may run twice now because I kicked it off by hand as well. Oh, Phil ran it. Phil ran it. Okay. I definitely see Phil, and I see Tommy's request for it, but I didn't see that one fire. Maybe because you requested it when the other one was running. I don't know. How can I give... I'll figure out how I get your channel points back for that, Tommy. I'll figure it out. I won't figure it out right this second, but I'll figure it out. Okay, glad to hear you're doing well there. There was nothing running. Okay, we'll figure it out. Like I say, I don't know if you were here. You weren't here at the beginning. I did have to restore everything from backup. I had to delay the stream by half an hour because it was all corrupt and nothing worked. So I did caveat that some things may not work. Perhaps that's the one remaining thing that doesn't work. Sounds like you didn't run NixOS. Tommy, you make a good point. You make a very good point. I did spend some time with one of my colleagues at work yesterday looking at the OBS Studio Nix Flake and some of the plugins, and I've come to the conclusion there's some work I need to do, a lot of work I need to do to add additional plugins for OBS. I simply cannot run this stream in the way it's configured, anywhere near the way it's configured on Nix at the moment. There's a whole bunch of plugins that I need to get packaged up. So I'm going to get there. In fact, I am going to get there because my laptops, in fact, 3 of them now, are all running NixOS. Right. Oh, I am super skilled at breaking stuff. It's amazing. Right. Okay. So put the ISO in VM path and update the. What do we have? The configuration anywhere? File name might be it. I think. And update. File name. Oh, there we go. Update file name. It's file name. Don't need those in quotes. To reference the ISO. I'm going to change those words in a minute because we'll figure out what that should say to be more helpful. But that's probably enough, right? So if I now go, let's think about this. Back here, and we, oops, let's get in the right directory. Let's just clear. Let's just do this. Oh no, what have I done? Busted it. Oh yeah, silly boy. There we go. We need some of those. There we go. Stop that breaking. Let's do that again. Right then. So there we go. We probably need to do something with this to, oh god, downloading more things. Never mind. We'll just let this do this thing because it's at least testing that the rest of it works. Hello, Enterprise 1228. Welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining us. What brings you here? Right, Tommy, you're too lazy to package stuff at the moment. Oh man, you got to up your game. I'm making a list of things I'm going to work on in Nix packages because there's a few things that I care about that could do some work. Hello, Mushturk. Welcome to the stream, and very well done for reading the chat guidelines. You now know exactly what is going on. Right then. Okay, so it's making the unattended ISO. Good. Okay. And what is this doing? Oh, this jams a whole bunch of stuff in. Huh. Yeah, that's not going to work, is it? So let's just cat the Windows configuration. And what have we got here? ISO blank. So we could try and do a better job of that, couldn't we? So let's figure out in here what the ISO file name would have been. I do believe it was download ISO, was it? Download Arch ID file name. There it is. Oh, okay. No, file name is the wrong thing here. So actually, if I go and look, file, that would have been yes, it's a, yeah. So that should be the, so they should be update the ISO equals to reference the Windows ISO image you downloaded. So we don't have file name because that is in fact, that's how we can fix this. So what we can do is wrap another one of these statements around it here. We'll use a case statement for API guided download. And what we'll do is this. Actually, we can make this quite nice. Let's do this. I see chat. I'm just going to stop and catch up with chat for a moment because I'm going to pour myself a glass of mate and I'm also going to see what you're all talking about. Right then. Chatterino needs updating in Nix packages. Phil says, okie dokie. I'm interested in having that in my life. I don't know if I need the absolute latest version though, because I've only been using it for a week, but I do love it. It's a bit of open source software, but that is something I'm going to deposit some money towards because it's great. So Tommy says, all right, this is about packaging. Yeah, loads of packages need updating. Yeah, well, that's the situation normal for any distribution, isn't it? There are loads of packages that need updating. More so in Nix, simply because of the sheer volume of packages. Hello, FX boy. How the heck are you? Happy New Year. It's not too late. Only February. How you doing? Are you well? Right. Pyrus says MX Linux may be becoming a pain to run. Why is that? What's it not doing for you? Right then, so let's have a look here. Enterprise says, let me just go and find that message. So, goodness, why is that button not working for me? Let's try refreshing that here. I'm just refreshing featured chat in my Twitch docs so I can try and highlight messages that you find people are posting in here. Oh my gosh, I've been sent right to the top. Where was the message I wanted to highlight? Oh, wow. Where has it gone? I've totally lost it. Oh, man. Oh, here we go. Oh, no. I hate it when that happens. Okay, so Enterprise 1228 was saying, I'm just trying to learn how to do things in Linux because I've been testing out a variety of distros. Okay. I'm trying to figure out which one is right for me. Okay, all together, everyone in chat, you can you can let Enterprise 1228 know which is the premier Linux distribution and which is the one they should be using. I jest. Here's the best advice you're going to get about choosing the Linux distribution. You're doing the right thing. I've clearly broken it, Phil, haven't I? You're doing the right thing, Enterprise 1228, by trying a bunch out, and the right distribution is the one you like best. There are many to choose from. They all strive to do different things in different ways, and the one that you like is the right choice, despite what anyone else might tell you. So that is the best advice you're ever going to get about choosing a Linux distro. Try out a bunch. Stick with the one you like. I fail. You so funny. Right then. So I also saw that there was another message here. Umia boy, hello there. What are the plans for the upcoming version? Are you asking about the upcoming version of Quickemu? Is that your question? There's going to be a massive maintenance problem across all industries the next couple of decades. Yeah, well, GitHub didn't help. The GitHub are having to do some serious conversations as a result of the changes they made this week. Yeah, and I hope you're enjoying your the first steps into Linux. So, Phil's one didn't work. I wonder if I can run it. Let me see. Yeah, I can run it. That doesn't make any sense. But okay, there we go. I'm at least following through on the request that Phil had. But that's the clue as to my preferences to Linux distro, or at least I can safely say one that I would recommend that you try out. It's Ubuntu Mate. I reckon Enterprise 1228. I recommend you try out Ubuntu Mate. Right, okay. Cheese couldn't agree more with Wimpy. Oh, right, about trying stuff out and the one that you like is the right one. Yeah, totally. I wish everyone said that to people that were new to Linux. Just try a bunch of things out. So Yumiya Boy says, I got Mageia to not get bleeding edge coding. It just works. I'm glad it just works. I'm not sure I understand the first part of that sentence, but I'm glad to hear it works for you. No. Tommy's got some good advice there as well. Let's see if I can actually make this work now. Yay, it does. So Tommy says, yeah, don't look at guides on the internet. I agree with that. Here's the other forerunning bit of advice. There are a bunch of mainstream distributions, and amongst those are Ubuntu, Debian, Fedora, OpenSUSE, Arch Linux, maybe Manjaro, something like that. Try those 5 out first and figure out which of those 5 you like the most, and maybe you stop there. Or maybe you think, I'm going to try one of the distributions that is like a remix or a reimagining of one of those that maybe suits your preferences better. But start with those 5 and figure out which of those you like the most, and then figure out which like nuanced version of one of those you might want to stick with longer term. Right then. Fancy light setup. We're talking about my light setup. Sometimes I'm a bit, if I've missed like some of the conversation, I may be a bit dim-witted as to what's being communicated. Oh, is this what you're referring to when the things go off? It's weird that the Chelsea cucumber's not working. I may look at that after we've got this fixed. I may go and look at why that's not working. Yeah, Ventoy is certainly interesting. I just find it interesting that people feel that they need to carry around lots of ISOs.
Subscribing Taylor Dev.
Oh, hey Taylor Dev, that's very kind of you. Thank you for that. That's very kind. Thank you. Right then. Try them all and you realise Ubuntu Mate is the best. Well, it is very good. I know the guy that made it. He's a stand-up fellow. Right then. Where were we? We were trying to figure out how to update this little bit here. So we're going to...
Thank you for the follow, Umia Boy.
Umia Boy. I wish... Maybe I need to add a command to called, like, pronounce and a username. I may work on that. In fact, Yannick, that's something we should take a look at, is how to get TTS working with cruise control. Yeah, I hear you know the developer behind Ubuntu Mate as well. And carrying a toolbox of distros with you, yeah. Oh, you know, my toolbox of distros is just, well, 2 now, actually, to be fair. Okay, I can't. Yeah, I do carry 2 distros around with me. You know what I was thinking? So I've got assorted. Let's just do this way. No, that's the wrong button. We're not doing captures. There we go, this one. So you've probably all seen these sorts of things. This is a YubiKey. It occurred to me that maybe they should make versions of this that have like 8 or 16 gig of storage on them as well. Because imagine how useful that would be if you just had one of these to carry around and you didn't have to mess around with other things. Right then. The developer of Ubuntu Mate owes you a couple of drinks. Crikey, what a scoundrel that he's indebted to you for some drinks. And what's worse is I bet he can't even remember he owes you a bunch of drinks. Right, okay, let's get back to it. I'm familiar with NitroKey. The reason I use YubiKeys is the last 2 jobs I've had, or the job I have now and the job before, YubiKey is the requirement. But I know NitroKey. I have used them in the past. Right then, so let's do this. We're going to API downloaded, and we're going to just do, if it was not API downloaded, then we are going to do something like this. So that's the not, this is the as it was, and we'll change this to Windows-release.iso. So now what we can do is take this. In fact, let's not do that. That's mental. Let's do that. Actually, quote the whole file name. So now we're not hard coding. We're simplifying what we think the ISO name should be if you manually download, and we can say, put the ISO image in directory name, update, and rename it to that, and then we can remove those quotes there. So that should be, and it's not lowercase release, it's case release. So let's just go and fix that down here as well. Whoops, too far. Uppercase release, there we go. So Phil, are you following along here? Do you think that this is as good a job as I can do on this, or do you have any better ideas? Because it's not too late to change it. Right, okay, so Tommy Luco, this YubiKey is so big. I do have, in fact, I've got the teeny tiny ones as well. Let me go and grab one. I'll do another bit of show and tell. Let's push the right button this time. So, but I can't get it out because it's so itsy bitsy. There we go. So I have these ones, which I put in a USB-A port, and they go all the way in and flush, and then you just have to touch this to activate them. So I do use those ones in workstations at home, as opposed to carrying around these ones. Those are the ones that I travel with, and as you all should know, you need at least 2 YubiKeys with them both enrolled into your account. So if you lose one, lose or break one, you have another one to unlock your stuff. I have 4. Oh, that's the wrong button. You know, my big fat face on the screen at the moment. Right then, so let's... Oh my gosh, look at all this. Where did all that come from? Oh, there you go. You know what that is. That was the random string of blurb that gets output. Right then. Yes, I shoved it back in. Yeah, I should have unfocused the editor window. That was a bit dim, wasn't it? Right, okay, so we should have a thing that works now, right? Or at least works a bit better. So let's try, oops. Let's try this. Let's try quick get Windows 10. Oh, I've got a syntax error apparently. Oh, I've done it again, haven't I? Silly. Right then, let's try it again now. Okay, so now we've got download your thing from this URL because I've requested Windows 10. Put the ISO image in. I probably need to expand the full path in the directory. And right, okay, in the directory. So we'll do that. And is it VM path? Yeah, VM path. In the VM path directory. And rename it to that. Okay, I think that's the best I can do. What do we think? By the way, I don't know if you missed. Let's have a little look. Sorry, Tommy. Have I overlooked something? Oh, okay. So, there's a question. I now see the question. Thank you, Tommy. So, Umiya Boy asks, are you planning to make use of Chris Titus Windows 10 script and integrate it somehow into Quickemu? I have no idea what Chris Titus's script is. Feel free to... we've got a Discord. Hang on. Let's go here. Like so. So if you join that Discord and share details of where to find said script, that isn't my plan this evening. But if you share details, I will definitely take a look. And if that is something we can use to reinstate a fully automated solution, we will totally do that. So please share the details of Chris's script. It's a name I've not heard for a while. Right then, let's close that. So I think Chris is asking me, do you mean the debloat stuff? No, I'm really referring to this flow that says to people, go and download it. You know, I think this is the best we can do in the circumstances until we find another fully automated downloady thing. Tommy says he's not a big fan of that script. Oh, is this a script that thins down a Windows ISO? In which case, if that's what Chris has got, no, we're not doing that. I'm not interested in... Well, first of all, the macOS and Windows support that exists in Quickemu started as a fun little side project. And... like an idiot, I didn't foresee the fact that would be massively popular and become the centerpiece of what people expect to function. So consequently, those of us that work on this have now become experts in debugging macOS boot issues and Windows internals to get this stuff optimized on virtual machines. You know, roll back a couple of years maybe. I approach things a bit differently, but there you go. You have a good idea. So no, we're not thinning down the Windows ISOs, but what we would like to do is we were able to download them automatically in the past, and we're no longer able to do that. So we're doing a workaround. I think that'll do it. I think that's not bad. So if we come back here, here, we'll run Windows 10 again. Maybe we need to, if we cat that. There we go. So, oh, hang on a minute. That's not got the right thing in it. Why has that not got the right thing in it? I thought this would put API guided download 0. Should put that file name. Is it because I already have a config file? Let's go and deal with that. So let's do delete that, because I'm pretty sure it doesn't overwrite them. Let's do that again. Now let's... There we go. That's what we wanted to see. So now we've put a stub in here for Windows 10, which is a reasonable default. But if we follow the instructions and actually try and run it, in fact, I'm going to have to run it a little bit differently, aren't I? I'm going to have to do that. Like so. This should fail. I really hope it fails. No, it tried to start it. And then it fell over. Okay. Well, it does fall over eventually. I suppose that's okay. We should probably... I'm not going to fix that now. We'll validate that. We'll have to add more validation to the comp file, but I'm not doing that now. It does, in air quotes, eventually do the right thing in that it doesn't actually boot the VM. Right, so let's just try Windows 11 download, and we should see that different URL, and it's building a different directory with a different automated install thing. So that is all right, I think. I think that's about as good as we can get. I'm currently rocking a Hackintosh laptop. Oh, really? An actual on-the-metal Hackintosh, not in a VM or in a container Hackintosh. I thought that's like the old school way of doing it now. I thought all the Hackintosh people were using like Proxmox under the covers most of the time. Why is there so much bloom on my terminal? It's because it's emulating an old school terminal, and back in the early 1990s when I used to work on, dare I say, VME and VMS, this is what you'd be staring at for the livelong day. Something that flickered, fritzed and bloomed at you. So this is a recreation of my early career. You're welcome. Yeah, it is. It's cool retro term, but it is emulating sort of, you know, that classic. I mean, I haven't done the pin cushion effect because that makes it. I mean, can you remember those screens had almost like the curve of the earth on them? Used to stretch the fonts around horribly. Yeah, that Mac OS, it's good stuff. I mean, I do like it. It's fun, intentionally retro-looking terminal emulator. Yeah, the bloom is a feature, and I don't know how well it comes across, but it also does the phase shift from time to time as well. Right then, I'm happy with that in that it is not the worst solution in the world. So I think the only thing I can do is think about here. Do we emphasize this in some way? I think we should. I think what we'll do is this. We'll take that. We'll do that, and then...
Thank you for the follow, Enterprise 1228.
Well, thank you very much, Enterprise 1228. Thanks for the follow. Welcome to the stream. One more of us and one less of them. Right then. Let's get this. Oh, there we go. And I really need to get the same international keyboard layout in all of my locations, so I stop making these symbol typos as I move between US and UK and various other things. So that needs that. So actually, I think what we'll do is that's going to be slightly longer than that. So we'll put that there. Take those. Put you in there. And I think that is probably as good a job as we can do. Let's try again with Windows 11. You can't... Oh, okay, we've got a massive URL to deal with there. In which case, as it's going to be big, I'm just going to stick that on the same line. We won't fold it around. Ooh, what's this? Forgotten Magnetic Snake? Gosh, that's an interesting username. The URL, it says here, hang on, let me just read this in big text. The URLs can be almost the same with Windows 10 or Windows 11 at the end. When it's Windows 10, it redirects. Okay, can you paste links as to what the two similar URLs are, please? And I will make that change. That's very helpful. Thank you. Yeah, if you can post the two URLs, we'll update that. That would be great. And I think because we can't, we know that's a much longer URL. Actually, let's do this. Let's do this. There we go. That means that now doesn't reflow horribly. And that should look good. Yeah, I think Forgotten Magnetic Stake you can paste here, and if it doesn't go through, me or one of the mods will... Oh. Sorry, it got eaten. Bother. There you go. Thank you, Yannick, for helping out. Yeah. Hey, McPhail, how the heck are you? Lovely to see you. You can't do that, Yannick, but I can. There you go. Now you should be able to... Oh, she did it twice. What's going on there? Oh, is that because... that's another curiosity from restoring the backups earlier. Right then. Hopefully now, Forgotten, you can post those links. Yeah, so I was looking through the API and it can't do that thing. It can't elevate the... Or rather, it can't pass those commands from the broadcaster to the moderator. That user token that we've been fiddling with, that user token needs to be the user token for the moderator. Thank you. This is going very well. There we go. So we will copy that link. Okay, good. Right then, let's do this. I'm just going to do one thing. What we'll do is we'll paste this in here. Are you from Brazil or Portugal based on these URLs? So if I do this and change that like so, and then if we drop the language out, is that going to do the right thing? Is that going to do Brazil? Oh, well, lovely to have you here. Bom dia. Let's just go and do this and right, there we go. So I got redirected to the English version for Windows 10, and I assume it must get that from my browser stuff. And if I go here and try and do the same for Windows 11, thank you for this tip. Awesome. That's terrific. Right then. Gold star. You can keep your VIP status for being so very, very helpful. Thank you for that. Right then. That's nice. So these URLs are the same now, right? There we go. Yeah, awesome. I'm happy with that. Happier with that. Right then. Lovely. Okay, so we've now got that and that. So let's go and give that a quick test. Oh gosh, where's my... There it is. Let's try Windows 11 again. So now it says that. Download from, put the ISO image in that directory and rename it to Windows. So the rename it to... I could put it to... Oh, I'm going to leave it like that. That's just fine. Okay, what do we think? Well, Portuguese is the language and BR is the region, right, in the way those codes works. Yeah, Phil. Okay, thanks for the confirmation. And thank you for following along and keeping me honest. I appreciate that. Right, let's go and find the bug that we're actually trying to close here and get that all done. Let's close all these Windows icons down. We don't need all that. So there is an issue somewhere in here. It's this one, isn't it? So 612. Let's head to the mighty Git Kraken. And this is the fix, right? So I've tabbed all of that in. That's what I'm looking at there. And then here is our little bit of hackamagoo. Right, okay. Let's have all of that. Thank you very much. Prompt. To download the Windows ISO manually. And that is closes 612. There we go. How will Windows 12 boot in Quickemu if TPM isn't installed? Do you mean Windows 12? I've not tested Windows 12. Is Windows 12 a thing, or did you just typo Windows 11? They're all genuine questions, by the way. I don't know if there is Windows 12. I genuinely don't know if they've released one. I don't follow that stuff very closely. But in answer to your question, if it's Windows 11, we do emulate TPM automatically, and we also poke some values into the unattended installation of Windows to disable the requirement for TPM as well. So we try and make as many tweaks as possible to ensure that Windows will come up in a non-TPM environment if that is what you've actually got. Right, okay, so that's that, and we'll push that up and close that out. So Phil, what do you think? I think this represents a release, right? Do you want to sit on it for a... Did I just see there was a pull request that I need to review there? No. Oh yeah, it was one of these. Yeah, but we're skipping those for the moment. I see Windows 12 seems to be released in 2024. Okay. Well, in which case I can't...
Thank you for the follow, Tactical Law.
Hello, Tactical Law. Welcome to the stream. Thank you very much. I can't answer your question until I get to test this with Windows 12. So come the time that a beta is available or something. I mean, is there a beta available? If there is, by all means, give it a try in Quickemu, and if it doesn't work, file a bug and we can take a look at it. Right then, go for it. Do you want to drop in the README? Oh, what about turning off the automated... Oh gosh, yes, we probably do need to do that, don't we? That's a good point, Phil. That's a good point. Right, this is so helpful when it's basically pair programming via the internet. So let's look at this. So here we go, look. Whoever was just asking about TPM, Yumiya boy, we do the best we can to try and... we use a TPM emulator currently. Do we talk about automated downloads anywhere in here? I don't know that we do. Replace VirtualBox and... oh yeah, that was an ancient bit. I should probably remove some of these video links at some point, because they are very old and not representative of how this stuff works anymore. I'm guessing it's just going to be in the Windows section, right? I'm just having a little scan through here looking for all of there's the Ubuntu stuff. Many other distributions. An example, the macOS stuff, we're not interested in that today. Oh, what's this? We've removed that as well. We should probably turn that off, get rid of that text from there as well at some point. That pull request that introduced all of that totally broke it. Which is why it's been reverted. So here we go. So we now know that we can change these URLs. So let's do that as well whilst we're here. Let's do this. And we'll drop the language keyword out there. Windows quick-app can no longer automatically download Windows 10 and gosh, let's not butcher these too badly. No longer download 10 and Windows 11 no longer. Let's just say cannot download. Windows 10 and Windows 11 automatically. But does automatically create an optimized virtual machine configuration that you can just add a windows.iso image to. Something like that. Words to that effect. Which this okay. Do I keep this bit about the VirtIO drivers? Why isn't macOS Ventura added to Quickemu? It's half added. Who asked the question there? Yumiya boy. It's half added. I just haven't got around to testing. I mean, we could take a look in a moment. We could see if it works. We'll take a look at that in just a moment. We'll see if that can quickly. Well, I can't go through the full testing and validation, but we can see if we can get some of that to go. I did add some under the hood support for Ventura a few months ago, but at that time the automated download stuff wasn't available, so that's why it's not turned on. We'll take a look though. We'll see if we can make it go. Right. Let's just think about these words here. But does automatically create an optimized virtual machine configuration that you can just add a Windows ISO to. This configuration also includes the VirtIO drivers for Windows. I think that is good enough. What do you think, Phil? Close enough? Yeah, I think it'll do. It's not perfect, but it'll do. By default, Windows will download that. Okay. Oh, we used to be able to do all of this as well. You know what? I'm thinking I might just do something like this. Well, we will update this to reflect what it does currently, because we can always like revert this in the future. So that's all fine. That's all fine. So what we'll do is this regional version stuff, I think we'll just get rid of it all. We'll just say, get rid of that. There we go. We'll do that. There we go. So Phil, if I push this up, do you need to do anything to regenerate the docs? Is this something that I can push and you can update the docs for? Although that's not strictly essential to do a release, is it? Because I can always merge any doc changes into the GitHub page repo independently of putting a release out there, I think. So, no, the Quickemu is not in, well, Quickemu is in a bunch of distro repositories, but it's its own package, and Quickemu depends upon QEMU. Right, I'm going to call that good. I think that will do for now. Yeah, the man pages will need to go after. I'll push it up now then, see if you can work your magic. So we'll stage that as well. It's not a requirement, Phil, if it's too much to ask at midnight, because you're in the same time zone as me. It's fine. Don't feel obliged. Right, let's very quickly just take a look at the macOS stuff, because I'm now curious. So the way the macOS stuff works is quick get calls. I can't even remember the name of the helper that we call. Oh, I've got some TrueNAS files knocking around. What the heck's that? Okay. Well, let's get rid of those. TrueNAS 13 and TrueNAS 12. There we go. We don't need those in there. That's clearly rubbish. Let's just maximize this. So, Mac recovery, that's the one I'm looking for. So, if we look in here, I think it's been a while since I've updated this. I'm not sure if my memory's right. I thought, here we go. Is this what I'm looking for? Somewhere in here, I thought there was a definition of, or maybe it's in Quick. Oh, it's in QuickGet, isn't it? macOS. Let's go hunting. Mac recovery. So there we go. We've got Ventura in the known releases. And then here we go. We've got this. So we need to figure out a board ID. So if we look in Mac recovery, we can go and look at the upstream project for this, I think. Well, this was heavily modified by somebody else, of course. So let's go and see if we can find it. Might have to look at the documentation, actually. Oops. Let's go back here. Let's go and look at Mac recovery. There we go. That's what we want to go and look at. Copy that and go and visit that and see if they have been able to update it. Well, it was updated 2 weeks ago, so that's encouraging. Let's look at the recent commits. So I think that was, that was about the time I updated it. I probably didn't do this one because there were things going on around this time which probably meant I didn't sync up, but oh, what's this now? Downloading defaults. We'll not check. We will not make that change because that will upset things. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing that there's any obvious change for Ventura, so let's go and see what this commit does. Well, here's an 11 look. So, okay. Okay, so 11 and 12. Is Ventura 13 though? Is that what is Ventura 13? If it is, it doesn't look like this is going to be any good. Does anyone know if macOS Ventura is version 13? Because I can't remember my macOS versions. I'm aware of Linus Tech Tip, Linus. It is Linus, isn't it? Linus Tech Tips, or Linus Tech Tips. But I don't watch a heap of their videos. Occasionally there's one that comes along that piques my interest, but since they sort of went to quantity over quality, I've kind of... It's 13. Thank you, Papa Smurf of Death, in fact. Also, welcome to the stream. Thank you for confirming it's 13. I think that tells us everything we need to know, that this is not a thing that we can grab out of the downloader at the moment. So I'm not going to attempt to make any changes to make that work. We could try it. Let's just see if it spits out the right thing. Let's just change this very quickly. I expect this is... Oh, heck, I'm not going to know, am I? Unless I boot it. I'm not going to make this change now. But, Yumia boy, if there's not already an issue in the project for download macOS Ventura, add one, and it will serve as a reminder that we can go and have a look and see if it's even possible at a later date. But that's more than I'm prepared to start getting into this hour. but file an issue and we can take a look in a stream coming to you soon. Thanks everyone for the confirmations. Nearly there. Yeah, okay, you're nearly done, are you, Phil? Okay, so what else can I do to prepare things? I need to bump the version. So I will go and do that, and I can't even remember where to do that, but I'm pretty sure it's in Quickemu itself. Oh. Where do I... There it is, version. How did it skip over that? So it looks like we're doing 4.6 then. macOS installs take a long time. Yeah, and that's another... Well, I don't know, because most people that have macOS, it comes installed on their device already. It's only nerds like us that install it more than once manually. The reason it takes so long these days is because that recovery image doesn't have everything on there, so it has to download like 12 gigs of stuff for the installer to actually kick off and run. So that's what the big delay is if you go and look at the network monitor, downloading a bunch of stuff. Hello, TCAS. Welcome back. How are you? Right. Let's think about this. We'll bump the version, that's fine. I assume this is the next version. I haven't just bumped it twice. Let's go and check. It's been a while. I can't remember what version we're on. Right, good. 4.5 in December. That's not too terrible. What are we looking at here? Nearly 2 months. That's not so awful, considering I had to take a bit of an enforced hiatus. This is okay. Right, okay, let's do this. Bump. To 4.6. And I'll push that one up Yumia boy, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what you're hoping to do. I'm not sure what you want a GUI for. But maybe. I don't know. Not for Quickemu though. Quickemu has the wonderful quick GUI from that there French guy CH in chat. And you'll find documentation for that in the Quickemu repository. Right. Let's get rid of that. So, I'm also going to have to remember, did I automate the building of Deb's? Was it Quickemu I did that for, or was it something else? It might have been DevGet, I can't remember. Let's go and find out as well, because I bet I didn't, did I? I bet this exists. I think this exists in a different packaging repository, doesn't it? So, is that pushed up? I can't remember if I did it. Let's just go and do that. Yeah, we're not. There we go, Yannick. Thank you. Let's go and look here. Phil's beavering away. So if you're wondering what's going on here, Phil is also working on this project at the same time as me, and he's crafting a pull request as I speak. In fact, I'm going to take this moment to let Phil wipe the sweat from his brow whilst I have a sip of delicious yerba mate. Right then. So I'm just thinking through. I suppose I should go and look at the package information and just remind myself how to do that. So let's go back in and remind myself of that. I'm pretty sure we've got packaging. That's what I need. Okay. Yumi boy, in every way imaginable. It's different from, hey Esme. Oh, bye Esme. I'm not sure if Esme's arriving or going, based on the notification I just saw on the screen. Right, okay. So that's up to date for 4.5. Go me for actually pushing the changes. So let's go here. In fact, no, let's go here and go to the right direction. So development, where are we? Quickemu. And is it just packaging? Yes. Debian. Right, there we go. I've remembered what I need to do, Phil. How are you getting on? Right. Sorry. Quick GUI, yeah. Right. I couldn't get Quick GUI working via the Arch AUR. So you mean you couldn't get Quick GUI working via the Arch AUR? Isn't that situation normal for stuff that comes out of the Arch AUR? Ba-boom. Hey, nice one, Phil. Well done, that man. Thank you. Oh, I'm in the wrong place entirely. Let's do this and go back here. Yay. Wow, look at all this. You were busy. Right, there's Phil's doc changes. We will approve that. Phil's done more work on Quickemu today than I have. Thank you, Phil, very much. At some point, I hope that we'll get to meet and I get to buy you a cup of tea, cup of coffee, pint of beer, whatever it might be, by way of a thank you for all of your hard work. Right then, I think we're golden now, right? So let's head over here. Let's actually do this thing. So DCH. Oh, that's right. I need to draft a release. I don't have a release in the upstream project yet. So let's go here. Yeah, in every way imaginable. It was my answer to that question. I saw it earlier. Quickemu is a command line utility. to quickly create and run the containers, and Oracle's VirtualBox is a GUI wrapped around all of their underpinnings. Quickemu uses QEMU underneath, and in my opinion, QEMU does a much better job of compatibility and performance than Oracle VirtualBox. I used to use VirtualBox. I used it for a long time, but it got to the point where it was just more trouble than it was worth, which is why I ended up making this. That's fine, Yannick. I don't mind. It's always good for clarity. Right. What am I doing? I've forgotten why I'm here. I'm doing a release, right? Not pull requests. Not pull requests. Releases. Time for a release. Where do I do that? My poor brain. Let's do this. Draft a new release. This release is going to be called 4.6. I didn't create a new tag. There we go. Release 4. I really need to GitHub action this. I say that every time I do this. I'm not doing it now given the hour, but I do totally need to get on it. There we go. Look at all the good stuff. Thank you everybody who's contributed for this release. There's a load of stuff in here, and I think we'll just put a quick note in to say guide users to manually download Windows 10 or 11 as the automated downloader is defunct. Currently defunct. Right. Guide users, the user to download. Okay, as there we go. Right then, that feels about right. Publish this release. There we go. Look at all those people doing these fine things, not least Phil, whose name is in there about a dozen times. Look at all these first-time contributors as well. Hey, Hi File, there you go. There you are. Congratulations. And look at all of these. This looks familiar. This looks like a game I saw in a game jam I was a part of recently. Right, back to where we were. What are we doing? Let's just take that whole line. We'll call this 4.6 like so. We will change this to 4.6. Neither dev email nor email environment set. Did you see those two warnings? Press return to continue. Why aren't they set? I see that my environment being pulled in. Oh, I see what I've done. So Tommy, my my directory environment, I've messed it up playing around with Nix, and it's not exporting those variables for Debian anymore. Still, no problem. I will manually overwrite it like an animal. Let's do that. So 4.6 tilde kinetic, that's fine. We'll call this kinetic and new release, and we'll just change the formatting so it doesn't look quite so awful. I'm gonna have to, gosh, and it's frustrating because I'm only doing this to get the project in a good place, so I feel like I can move my systems over from Ubuntu over to Nix OS, because I don't feel I can leave these projects dangling. So I've still got to get deb-get in a good place, and the whole time I'm doing this I'm just thinking I really just want to be installing Nix. Right. Welcome, Mr. Oh wow, that's a good name. Epikuros. Is that right? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. Right then. Let's save that one. And what did I do? What have I done here? Have I done anything here? Let's just hit save. Let's just check that I haven't accidentally introduced any. No, I haven't. That's good. Right then. Let's move to the terminal. And gosh, I can't remember how to do any of this stuff. It's been such a long time. There we go. Oh no, the first thing we need to do is, oh gosh, uscan. There we go. Download the tarball from that there GitHub. dpkg build package. There we go. And change this so we've got kinetic. We don't need to do I, do we? So we just do vocal now? No, not. Forgotten all the release names. What am I running? This is ridiculous. How long have I been doing this? Jammy, of course. I'm running Jammy. Having a senior moment there. Right, so I'm doing Jammy. Yeah, I know, right? Jammy and Focal will be the only ones. That's right, Bill. Did I get that right? Oh, I didn't get that right. Okay. Well, we'll go with that weird version number for the time being. No, I'm changing that. I'm changing that. I'm not letting that one stand for the subsequent versions. Let's control that. I haven't uploaded anything yet, actually. So let's get this right. Let's get this right. So Luna's not out yet. When's Luna due? It's another month or so. Maybe what we'll do is do Luna as well. Lunar, isn't it, in this new code name, like so, right? Luna. So let's do that. So we'll do Luna. We'll then do kinetic. I mean, technically this isn't necessary to do it the way I'm doing it because it's only a shell script that's in this package. But I always prescribe each build. What did we agree, Jamie? Gosh. See, it's only been a few weeks I've been tinkering with Nix, and already all of this over a decade of Ubuntu stuff has started to get pushed out of my head by newly acquired Nix information. Probably start pushing out childhood memories before too long. There's a lot to absorb. Right then. Evening, little trucker man. How you doing? Good to see you again. How's tricks? Right then. That's all of them, right? So let's get focused on the right screen. So dput Quickemu. There we go. We'll have a 4 dots. In fact, what we'll do is that. We will do this in focal. There goes focal. Then we'll do Jammy. Then we'll do kinetic. And then we'll do lunar. So there comes a point in like the Ubuntu release cycle where I start publishing, if I'm publishing things in PPAs for projects, the current in-dev release, I will start pushing things to PPAs. So, I think we are done. Although I am noticing glyphs in my terminal are a bit busted, which is a bit disappointing. We'll have to fix that at some point. Okay. I do believe that is a new release of Quickemu out the door. And I thought it would take about 2 hours to do on stream, and it did. So almost exactly. Well, how long? I've been streaming for 2 hours, 10 minutes, and we had like 10 minutes of chit chat up front. So, holy cow, I think that might be it. Right, I'm going to breathe for a moment. I'm just going to wait for Phil to tell me I've made some calamitous error somewhere that we might need to quickly patch, but I think we're good. I think that might be one out the door. So Phil, next up, it's going to be DebGet, right? Oh gosh, I'm not looking forward to that. I've got to change so much stuff. We chatted about that recently on stream. I'm going to have to yeah, so the thing, yeah, DebGet is in dire need of an update or a new release. There's have been so many updates, that's what's holding things up. So I do believe that I am being left to my own devices on Sunday. I do believe the girls are out on Sunday. So I might do a Sunday late morning, lunchtime, afternoon stream of some many hours. It may be the longest stream I've ever done, where I try and knock DebGet into shape so we can get the new release of DebGet out the door. So I think I'm free to do that on Sunday morning. So for those of you watching from America land and Canada land and all of that stuff, you probably won't be able to see that one live, not unless you stay up until whenever. But I think that's what I'm going to do on Sunday during the morning stroke afternoon. And then of course, hopefully, if all the other racing friends are available, we'll do some racing on Sunday night. So about, well, a bit earlier than this, but about the time I started this this evening, we'll probably do some racing on Sunday. Right. Hey Sludum. No, not too late. I'm just taking a moment to reflect on what I've just done and make sure that I haven't overlooked anything mega important, but I think we did achieve the end result. So actually, if we go and look, I'm using the wrong button entirely. If we go and look, we should see that we have a new release of Quickemu on GitHub. But what we'll do is go and look at Launchpad, and we should say, let's think now. Oh. It does go in this. Yeah, it does go here, doesn't it? Where is it? Where am I seeing it? There. There we go. Quickemu. So hopefully if I do this. There they are. There they all are. Look. All building away. Like good little builders. So yeah, they will appear in the PPA very soon. Rabbit stew? What's rabbit stew? It sounds delicious, but why are we talking about rabbit stew? So those will be out there. So yeah, okay, I'm okay with this. And ooh, I know what I wanted to do. I wonder if this is feasible. Oops, whoopsie, sorry for that. If that went wrong in the on the live stream. What am I doing? Oh yeah, terminal. Let's go all the way up here. Let's drop in. Let's drop into. What was it? Our directory was called Bob, wasn't it? Let's do Quickget. And is that the default now? Oh, I have to give it one. It doesn't default. Okay, there we go. Okay, I am looking. If my stream falls apart let me know and I will cut this out and stop doing it. But if I'm able to download this, and gosh, I love the fact that I fixed the Wi-Fi in this house. It's so much better. But if it holds up, we'll have this downloaded and we'll actually use Quickemu to run the new release of Elementary, because I haven't had a look at it yet. So of course it's called Bob. Yeah, maybe we need to make a project called Quick Bob Yannick. I mean, it's a great name, but what would it do? What would it do? I'm just checking my network monitors to make sure this is fine, because I am now a glutton for punishment. I stream on Wi-Fi, and it's fine. It's fine to stream on Wi-Fi, despite what everyone tells you. As long as you've got good Wi-Fi, it's fine. Sluden, why are you worried about the future? Solus, I understand, but why are you worried about the future of Elementary? They have literally just put out a new release. That's a good metric for health of a project. Just did a release. So let's try this and see if it works. Check the default. Oh, okay. All right then. Ooh. There we go. Oh, this has probably appeared on the wrong screen. Hang on. Let me pull this down. There we go. So they do this well. I wonder what font that is. I'm just going to say try or install. I'm not going to go save graphics because we're in a VM. It should work. So they've done the whole BRG thing. I need to do that in Ubuntu Mate. I've been very tardy about implementing that. Because the last time I really heard of Elementary, I'm going to have to put that in big text. I can't see that down there in the little writing. So, because the last time I really heard of Elementary, it was not like due to its locked down app center or what? I'm not sure I understand those words. It was not like due to... I'm sorry, I don't quite understand that statement. Locked down? Elementary doesn't have a locked down store, does it? It's just their own FlatHub. Flatpak repository, rather, not FlatHub. Their own Flatpak repository. Right, here we go. So we're at the installer. Select a language. I do speak a bit of English, so I'll... Oh, hello. This is nice. I didn't have to click away from anywhere. Okay, United Kingdom. UK. Test my layout. Well, that doesn't work. So I'm going to switch away and switch back. Oh. Now it works. Okay, so now I've clicked on a couple of things. It's correct, the mapping. Try a demo, erase the disk and install. I tell you what, if I do try a demo, am I going to see an install button on the desktop? Let's find out. Welcome. Okay. It's looking nice, isn't it? It always is well presented. Oh, totally. I want dark. All the way, baby. No, not nightlight. Not on a live stream, thank you. Housekeeping. Okay. You can clean up after my mess. That's fine. Automatic, free and paid apps. I'll leave that off for now. I don't know what it means because I'm not familiar. Okay, so do I have an install button? So there's the apps. Okay, so if I hit super key, oops, what does super key do? It tells me how to use things, but it doesn't actually give me a menu. Okay, so it looks like it's super space for the applications menu. Okay, so super space, and I can start typing. Okay, so if I type edit, I get their code. So unfortunately they called their code editor code when VS Code is sort of dominates that namespace. Okay. That didn't change. Okay. Right then, let's see if I can see, I'm trying to use it like Ubuntu Mate now, and I'm getting confused because I just mash the super key and start typing. So is one of these going to be an install? Is there an installer? Let's do super space. Let's focus the thing. Oh. What have I done? There we go. Install. There we go. Right, let's run the installer. Are you sure? Oh. Alright then. I guess that's the thing I have to do. Oh. Okay. UK, United Kingdom. I'm just going to change between a couple of them in the hope that it does the... Yeah, that's correctly mapped. Okay. Default should be fine. Let's just make sure boat's in the right place. Yes, it is. Okay. Right, we're going to do a raisin install. Some parts of elementary OS Horus may run slowly. I think it will be fine because we're using the mighty Quickemu, which does GPIO acceleration and turns on all the performance buttons by default. We're not going to encrypt it because it's a VM. Okay. There we go. Let's let it do its thing. Yeah. That's something that Quickemu does for you. It will hook up all of that stuff automatically for you. So, Lumia boy, I'm going to disappoint you on this one. I am not going to be testing out Mageia. I think it's in the list though, right? It's one of the things that we've got in there. I know somebody contributed that, but no, I'm not going to be. I'm doing this because Danielle is a good friend of mine, and Popey submitted the PR that added this on the day of release, and I thought, right, when we've got this new version working, I'm going to use this opportunity to take a look. One of the reasons why is this. Because it's so easy to try out the different desktop environments on NixOS. Oh, wow, that didn't take long, did it? Restart. Go. Oh, there we go. Let's get in the right thing. We'll restart that. Because it's so easy to try and to switch between all the different desktop environments in NixOS, I thought I might give Pantheon a go on NixOS because it's been a while since I've used it as like I don't really like the term, but used it regularly on a machine, and I thought I'd give it a go. So, but this is an opportunity to take a little look and hang on a minute. Oh, I see the problem. It's fine. We're going to just close the virtual machine. This is because Quickemu doesn't or can't automatically unmount the bootable ISO image. So I'm going to drag this down. One moment. There we go. That is on screen, isn't it? There we go. Oh, well, no, maybe it was. Why am I being asked this again? Oh. Okay, that's correctly mapped. Oh, it's first time user stuff. Right. Okay, my password is test, by the way. Standard PC. So what was this? Was this called Horus? Like that? I didn't pay close enough attention, but there we go. I think it was something like that. Oh, now I get to type my password in. In case you missed it, my password is test, by the way. Right then, there we go. So we're back in now into the installed system. Okay, so I'm going to skip all of that because I think I've seen all of this before, right? So they don't have the jiggy pokey thing on. That's fine. So this is the reason why sometimes you see the chat disappear out of the way, I'm going to demonstrate the reasons why it does these things. So first of all is so I can click on this and minimize these other windows out of the way, right? And then when I move my mouse, so I've got window dodging of my OBS elements here. And over here, if I come into the chat, it will move the chat out of the way. So I can actually have something like this and do a reasonably big full screen, and you can see the whole thing in the live screen. So window dodging of OBS elements, I like that a lot. So we've got the applications, we've seen that. Let's have a look at the indicators here. So this is musicy stuff. Sound settings. Okay, that all looks perfectly sensible. Let's try this. Now, I'm going to give you fair warning. Though this shouldn't blow your ear. In fact, you may not be able to hear it at all thinking about it, because I haven't rooted it. I heard it. Did you hear that? I don't think you did. I don't have this rooted in my... I don't have the virtual machines rooted in my Pipewire patch bay. Something I'll make a note of to... yeah, you can't hear it. That's fine. Yeah, that's fine. I understand why. It's because I could probably fix this, actually. I'll tell you what. Let's do that. I'm going to just... You won't see me making these changes, but... Oh, I've got updates. Okay, let me just go and try and fix this. So I'm going to go into my audio setup. What could possibly go wrong? Modifying my OBS live on air. I'm going to add a thing here called Pipewire application audio capture, and I'll call this QMU, I think, and hopefully there it is. Awesome. Okay. Whee! Who's setting off alerts? No, it's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. I'm just going to now rename that to 3. Okay. Lock that. And turn off that. Okay. All right then. Let's see. Let's see. Hold your horses, everyone.
Front, left, front, right.
Did you hear the audio test on stream? You may not have done, because I don't know if I've rooted it in OBS at all, actually. Yeah, you heard them. Awesome. I think it may be going out on all of my channels, but there we go. It works. Perfect. There we go. We know what we're doing. There are some things we know what we're doing around here. Okay, so that's good. So what you didn't hear was this made a delightful little ding to tell me that there were updates available. So let's click on those. What don't I see here? What did I miss? I clicked on... Was that just to clear the notification? It wasn't actually the app itself. Where's the dark mode? Oh, I think the dark mode was when I was in the installer phase. I skipped to the setup wizard. So you're quite right, though. We should probably get dark mode back. Let's see if I can drive it. Let's do appearance. Is that what I'm looking for? No. Let's do theme. No. Let's do dark. Okay. Okay, let's go looking. Is it this in here? Appearance. There we go. There we go. We've now got dark mode. Betterer. What else have we got here that we can play with? What's system do? That looks like it's a pretty icon. Horus 2204.1. What could it tell me about my hardware? Well, it can tell me that I've capped it to 8 of the CPU cores that I have available, and I've given it 32 gigabytes of my 256 gigabytes of memory. This shouldn't tell us anything because it's a VM, obviously, but it does pick up that it's using the sort of hardware accelerated driver. So that warning about it being slow shouldn't be an issue for us here, because we do get some of the hardware acceleration. As you can see, that fade effect just works fine. So I'm going to come back down here to App Center, which tells me there's a couple of things. Is that the updates? Updates to be installed. Here we go. Bunch of stuff. Let's just say 130 meg. That should be fine. Go on, do it. It's looking really good. So I have to say, the theme, am I allowed to call it a theme? I'm not sure that applies in elementary language. I know it is kind of themed, but the style, the presentation, hey, hopefully you heard that. That's rather delightful. I like the sound effects they're using. Restart is required. Okay, fine. Restart. Go for it. You do that. It looks much better than I remember it. And I have to say, I know this. I'm sure Danielle doesn't like hearing this, but it does put me in mind of macOS quite a lot. Which is no bad thing in my opinion. But I know that Danielle says they're not trying to eat macOS. But it is beautiful. Oh, I wonder what this is. I mean, that is very macOS like. What is that though? Is that boot progress or is that an update being applied? Any elementary OS aficionados here? Do you know what I'm seeing there? Oh, maybe that was something to do with Flatpak updates. Was that the Flatpak update thingies? Is that what that was? My password is test, by the way. Well, there we go. Oh, I've got another notification up here. What's this? Restart required. I've done that one. What if I click on this? Is this just dismiss the whole thing? It seems to, doesn't it? Click is a dismiss action. Notification settings. Bubbles, sounds, and the notification center. Okay. Well, this is looking good. I mean, I wonder if I combined super to do that, because I can't get into the habit of doing super space. That will drive me bananas, I think. That's just me being refusing to learn new things. So what have we got here? I want how can we tell how much of this is Debs versus Flatpaks? Didn't Phil say something about the default web browser? Did you say it didn't work? Oh, there's another update available. Okay. I'm going to click on this. I do feel... There we go. That's what I was expecting to happen last time, is that it would pop this up. I've still got another 137 megabytes. Or is this a new 137 megabytes of stuff? Or installing updates. Update. I really want those updates. Okay. It doesn't seem happy with that. Let's try opening this up again. What if I just do update that way? That seems to work. But update all it wasn't happy with. Oh. Am I stuck? Let's do another reboot. Shut down, restart. So, PyFile says something isn't right for applying, not downloading. Okay, right, that's what the progress bar was that we saw before. Okay, and let's do that. Oop, have I got this on the right screen? It looks like I have. Okay. Okay, so that is... There is an update available. Okay. Wonder if that's just an old notification now. And if that... Oh, there is an update available. Update all. Now it was doing something. Or not. Was that downloading? okay, what is this? This looks like a flat pack if it's got that name on it, doesn't it? So let's just try and do it from here. Something's downloading, I think. Or was. No, this isn't happy. Oh well, never mind. Well, it is very pretty, and I do like the UI. What's this multitasking view? Oh yeah, I remember this. I've seen this before. That's been around for a couple of releases now, hasn't it? Although, what do I do now? There we go. Well, there it is. Elementary 7. And now you can go and get the latest version of Quickemu and give it a try yourselves. Maybe, I don't know. Like I say, it's been a while since I've looked at this. Well, it's been a while since I've looked at Elementary at all. I think I had a quick look at 6.1, but I think it was 5. Something was the last time I took a proper look. But I have to say, the UI seems considerably nicer, although that's a big blank space of nothing. Calendar, there won't be anything useful to see in there. Well, there we go. It all works.
Thank you for the follow, Kazai.
Thank you very much. Thank you for the follow. Kaza AU, is that what we're going for there? Welcome. Welcome to the stream. It looks... No, I don't think so, because it used to be all sort of... so Yannick's saying that he thinks it looks the same as it did 5 years ago. And there's certainly some similarities, but I remember it being all silver and chrome with like quite sort of stylized brushed aluminium effect buttons and things, which looked like an older version of macOS. I quite like how it looks now. It's much more elegant and refined, I think. Yeah. Right then, I will close that down. Just thought that would be an interesting little aside. Shut down. Okay, let me just click there and let me push that. So, question is, of all the distros that are knocking around in Quickemu now, which is the ones that you would try out? I'm imagining they would be different from the distros that you're actually using. So, which distros do you like to try out in VMs? Maybe we'll get some names of some new distros I've not heard of. Right, okay. Ah, right. I was just thinking I'm very thirsty. Butterfly. Yeah, well that needs a bunch of work, but I'll get to that. Vanilla OS. Ah, right. Okay, little trucker man. Vanilla OS. I keep hearing this name come round. They're doing also, in fact, I think Vanilla OS want to integrate Nix. I think I heard the other day on the grapevine. So I thought that's something I may approach them about to assist with that potentially. Yeah, they support all of all the package formats, right? I think Vanilla OS. Oh, so Phil's got some great ones there, and I'm not. I hadn't seen the third one in the list, but I think the Calibri OS is brilliant. So I'm not going to show you Calibri OS. You can go and get the latest version of Quickemu. You don't even need the latest version of Quickemu. Get the latest version of Quickemu and download Calibri OS. Be amazed at how small it is, how much fun it is, and how much gets packed in such a tiny distribution. It's brilliant. I love it. And Haiku, oh, man, I love that BIOS look and feel. Even today, all those, well, decades later now, in fact, I just love the way that it looks. High file, every opportunity to say Reborn OS. Very good. Very good. Oh, trust me, if you think Void is tiny, you want to take a look at Calibri OS. It's not a Linux distro. It's something else, but it's amazing. It's a technical marvel, I think. Can you fix the sync issue? I don't know what that means. Without any context at all, I don't know what that means. Sync of what? Yeah, my question exactly, Yannick. We need a bit more context to go on there. So let's see who's doing other stuff here. Ooh, I know where we're going. I know where we're going. Right. Okay, hold on to your hats, people. You can't get me now. You can't get me now. We are going to see my friends at the Linux Gamecast. So, Linux Gamecast are doing their weekly racing shenanigans. So we're going to head over there to say hello. And you're all going to say hello. So, thank you all for coming. I'm going to be back on Sunday, maybe tomorrow. But now we're going to go and see the amazing Linux Gamecast and all of the fun stuff that they're up to. So, bye for now. See you soon. Thank you all for coming. Join the Discord. It's great over there too. Bye-bye.